Okay, I want to ask you about another controversy. This one sparked by former President Clinton. This week he met privately with Attorney General Loretta Lynch, who is the official overseeing this investigation of Hillary Clinton's private email server. Lynch acknowledged that this meeting has cast a shadow over the investigation. Those are her words. She did decline to recuse herself. I wonder, do you think that she needs to recuse herself?
She's a long-standing professional. She came up through the ranks at the Justice Department. I think she's handling this right. She did nothing wrong, no violation, and she already said publicly that she's going to abide by the determination of the FBI and the prosecutors that are working on this case.
Let's look at this notion that she will simply be accepting the recommendations or abiding by them, as you say, of the FBI and the career prosecutors. Here's what she said.
And I fully expect to accept their recommendations, and I will be accepting their recommendations.
So which is it here, that she fully expects to, or that she will accept the recommendations?
Well, I think that she is going to accept the recommendations. And again, let's understand what this is all about. This is about a conversation that the two of them had that had nothing to do with this case, that had to do with golf and grandchildren. So this is nothing that in any way undermines this case. And people who are alleging that, and I know a lot of that's coming from the Trump campaign, are trying to whip up conspiracy theories here. This is a professional prosecutor. She knows what she's doing. And she has said it has the appearance of impropriety, but nothing happened. And as a result of that, she's going to accept the determination of the prosecutors working on this case.
Muddying the waters a little bit on whether she will simply accept these recommendations after she suggested she will be taking a step back from the investigation and just accepting this. The Justice Department spokeswoman clarified her remarks. She told Yahoo News that, quote, the Attorney General will be the ultimate decider. So how can you maintain that you are just accepting the recommendations? And also, there is this suggestion that she is the ultimate decider. These seem to be two very different things.
I think we're really parsing things, that there's a distinction, but not much of a difference. The reality is this is a professional, lifelong prosecutor who had a conversation with a guy who, frankly, one of the things we love about Bill Clinton, he's probably one of the friendliest people on the planet Earth. They talked about golf and grandchildren. In no way undermine the investigation. One conversation from a professional prosecutor is going to have no implication on this at all. I'm happy she's staying in the saddle. I'm happy that she's not recusing herself, but she is making sure that she's going to focus on the recommendations of the professionals that are involved here.
Why is there a revision, though, coming from her department that she is the ultimate decider instead of backing up her assertion that she's going to accept these recommendations?
Again, and at a time where we've had global terror, at a time that we have real issues in communities like the one I'm going to be going home to today, this is the kind of things I think more frustrates voters than it does interest them. This is a distinction with barely a difference. The reality is this is a prosecutor who America can trust, who came up through the ranks and is going to do a good job with this case.
So back in 2003, when George W. Bush was president, Attorney General John Ashcroft recused himself from the Valerie Plame case. This was because of his long-standing relationship with Bush advisor Karl Rove, and he wanted to avoid even the appearance of a conflict of interest. Why doesn't the same standard apply here?
You're going a lot far back into history with a case that I'm not truly familiar with, so I can't make a distinction there.